Back in the day when mobile gaming was coming out, it actually was starting to have some sort of, you know, good games on there, like the Zombieville and maybe the Resident Evil 4 ports. I don't know if you can count that. But before that all happened, there was no microtransactions or scammy like apps on there, or at least suspicious ones. But for this one, it is Dead Space on mobile devices from Iron Monkey Studios and published by EA. Now, not to be confused with the first game, it's actually a completely different game and it's a different character, but you're still in the same set setting in space. You play as Vandal, and you're just training how to use some stuff, but you unintentionally release the monsters from whatever they came from. So now you're tasked to fix the situation yourself. So, just like the original game, you got your plasma cutter and your Ripper and all the line guns and all that still. But the upgrade system seems to be quite different. Now, you still got your power notes in that, and you do get lots of money pretty easily in the game. Now, when it comes to the gameplay and all, there's no HUD, but it doesn't matter because it still actually plays pretty well. And I remember getting this back in the BlackBerry tablet days, and in the HD version of them. I don't even know like which BlackBerry it is, but I know it's a tablet, and it pretty much works pretty well. You see, the game came out in 2011 for iOS, Android, but for some reason there's no BlackBerry on the Wikipedia, even though there is a BlackBerry version, because I'm one of those guys who happened to play it. Now, when the Dead Space gameplay, it actually is on par with the console versions. Now, like I said, there's no HUD and anything. Now, what's interesting is that with the power nodes, not only you can use them for upgrades, but you can unlock doors. Well, they're optional, but if you use it, you can get some money and ammo. And that's pretty much it. But they can be pretty useful if you guys think about it. Now, there's a bunch of chapters for you guys to go around with. Oh, and I should mention that there is also an unofficial PS Vita port that someone actually brought over. So you guys can't even get to play the game on any of those devices, then the PS Vita in a homebrew is your final suggestion. Just be aware. The game used to scare me back in the day, and you can't really blame me. This was actually my first Dead Space game, believe it or not, that actually got me into the series. I should also mention that the game has a melee weapon, which is the power saw, which you can use it to cut open the power boxes and at least destroy some monsters. Now, there are quick time events, which it involves you of tapping the screen around a bunch of times until you can get the monster off of you, or monsters. It really depends if you're being swarmed by a bunch of them. You still got your locator, and just like the original game, you can jump to other obstacles when it comes to gravity. Now, all the enemies remain the same, but there's also some new ones that you probably wouldn't notice when you play the game, like the final boss, for example. Now, when it comes to transporting to other trains and that, well, it's not like an intermission thing. You have to go up above it and defend it, because you got monsters on the rooftops, so you gotta destroy them, and then after that, you're done. Now, the game does use autosaves, and instead of finding some health items, you regenerate health. I think this is the only game in the series that actually regenerates health. Despite it not being made by Thorough Games, well, it actually plays like one, believe it or not. Now, the upgrade system is pretty much the same thing, but there will be empty spaces, so you will have to use your power nodes wisely. I would recommend you guys keep one power node after upgrading, just in case there's a door you need to open, in case you need some stuff, like ammo and money. And there are also some power suits, which you can use your money to spend on. Now, from what I've heard, the iOS version had like an exclusive mode, but I don't know. I think it was a horde mode or something like that, but again, this game has lots and lots of hallucinations, which will probably mess you guys around a lot. You'll probably be seeing this quite a lot in the game, and this does happen in the first game. A lot of people consider this one have better hallucinations than the second game, which I can't really blame anyone for saying that. if you guys like what you're seeing on Dead Space Mobile, then I would recommend you guys get it. But if you guys, like I said, have a PS Vita that's jailbroken, or at least a homebrew, you guys can actually get this. But it's a complicated like requirement when it comes to trying to get the game running on the system. I should also mention there's also a Mass Effect Infiltrator port on there as well, along with Battlefield Bad Company 2 ports, not the console one, but the mobile one. So if you guys are thinking about trying those ones out, then I don't know, that's up to you guys. As Mass Effect Infiltrator was also made by Iron Monkey Studios. They're now renamed Fire Monkey Studios, which I don't know why, but that's all I can say about that. So let me know, guys, what you guys think about the Dead Space series. See you guys.